What I learned from writing Restless Spirit. Every time I write a book, I learn a great deal. And when I wrote Restless Spirit, Holy Spirit from a process perspective, one thing I learned was how political the Holy Spirit is. Jesus quotes Isaiah in his first sermons, invoking the Spirit. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me because he has anointed me to bring good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim release to the captives and recovery of the sight to the blind, and to let the oppressed go free and proclaim the year of God's favor. The Spirit anoints Jesus, descends on him to transform the world, to proclaim and enact freedom and healing and growth and transformation. The Spirit of the Lord was upon him. And then in Acts 2, we read about how the Spirit speaks democratically in everyone, that God's Spirit touches all creation, that men and women, rich or poor, old and young, and everyone is touched by God's Spirit. And from that touch, there's a democracy of revelation in which everyone must be taken seriously. There must be a type of spiritual equality and economic equality in that early Christian community. The Spirit inspires that early Christian community to share their wealth, to sell possessions so that everyone has enough. The Spirit brings us together. The Spirit drives the first Christians to go out into the world and embrace, although it was sometimes a challenge, Gentiles as equals and not as inferiors, to expand the horizons of grace globally. The Spirit speaks in our hearts in sighs too deep for words, but that Spirit that speaks in our hearts, described in Romans 8, is also the Spirit that speaks in the groaning of creation. That the Spirit is aware of the struggles of the non-human world, is present in the non-human world, and that has given us the task to heal the non-human world. The Holy Spirit may often inspire us to contemplation, to meditation, to withdrawal from activity, but the Spirit equally inspires us to transform the world, to seek justice, to love mercy, to embrace otherness, to see the divine in everyone, to embrace everyone as a source of divine wisdom, to go beyond Christian parochialism, exceptionalism, and nationalism, to have a faith that has no boundaries, a faith, a spirit whose center is everywhere and whose circumference is endlessly nowhere. So as I worked on Restless Spirit, I was amazed at that interplay of personal and political. And to follow the Spirit now means to seek to upbuild everyone. It means to seek justice. It means to take care of the least of these. It means to see God's presence in the earth and to be God's partner in healing the earth. The Spirit of the Lord is upon us to speak good news, to heal, to liberate, to welcome. That's the work of the Spirit.